For now, we're going to start seated and cradle the right leg. So cradling the leg. Take it a little bit higher. And down. And up. Just working on opening up into that right hip. Take the other leg, cradle the foot. So the arm goes underneath and you're on the outer blade of the foot with one hand and holding the arch of the foot with the other. So opening the hip side to side and then lifting the foot as you kind of say up and down, cradling the leg. Do another one. And then we're going to do something which we call double pigeon. It looks like cross-legged seated, but it's actually a little bit different. So you're going to cross your legs and create a complete equilateral diamond shape of the space in between. You're going to stack your legs one on top of the other, the shins. So the knee is stacking over the mid foot and the other foot stacking on top of the knee. So if you're like me, stiffen the hips. Having been a runner most of my life, I get very, very stiff hips. So this is really excellent for that. So push the legs and squeeze the legs together. Deep breaths. As we're here, we might as well do a little stretch of the arms. So wrapping the right arm under the left, lifting the arms up. Another 5 deep breaths, and then we're going to switch sides. Release the arms and other leg on top now. So restack the shins one on top of the other. So shins parallel with each other, knee on the foot on knee and knee under, knee on the other side. Notice any difference in that hip now. And now the left arm goes underneath the right, cow face for the arms. Take 10 breaths in total here. Push and squeeze the legs together. Take a little squeeze of abs as well, so draw navel to spine. Lovely stretch across the shoulders while we're at it. Another 2 breaths. And release. Right, figure of 4 laying down. It's like pigeon, supine pigeon. Let's take right leg across left. Grab behind the back of the knee of the left. So draw the knee in towards you and then push the other knee away with the right elbow. So right elbow pushes the right knee away and circle the left foot. Both ways. And then drop the left foot down, coming into a half lotus. Clasp opposite elbows overhead. The aim is to start working the right knee down towards the left foot. Don't worry if it doesn't drop down completely. Deep breaths here. And lifting and swapping sides. First pigeon. So drawing the right knee in towards you and then push the left elbow into the left knee. Circle the right foot. Full rotations. Do a few each side, each direction. And then dropping the right foot down. Stacking the legs. Clasp the opposite elbows again. Just notice any difference this side. So we're trying to drop that left knee down towards the right foot. Three more deep breaths. Breathing deeply, exhaling, letting go, relaxing into each stretch. Releasing arms. Hug the knees in. Taking a little happy baby. So take the outer blades of the feet and then draw the feet down towards you. It's like you're trying to draw your knees down to touch the floor. Rock side to side. Another 3 big breaths. And then right leg over left, bend the knees. Gomukhasana, lying down. Switch sides. Release. Hug the knees in tight. And then take a little rock and roll. Coming up. All fours. So bit Larsana. We're going to circle the hips to the side. 5 in each direction. Big circles, as big as you can make it. So keeping the knee bent, the leg bent the whole time. Softness into the elbows, not have to lock out the elbows. And then take it over the other way. 5 big circles. Working into all of the spaces in the hips. Notice any difference this side to the other. And release. Wrist a little shake out, a little squeeze. Coming into downward facing dog. Okay, 3-legged dog, right side, bend the knee. Let's circle again. Other direction. And then really open the hip up. Look under the left armpit to the right foot. Step forwards. Low lunge, nice and high. So we haven't got the knee down. Squeeze into the left thigh. Hands onto the leg now. Sink a little low. So really stretching into the left hip flexor. Hands down. 3-legged dog the other side. So left leg to sky. Bend the knee. Do some circles. 3 in each direction. Then really open the hip up. So it's like you're trying to kick your right buttock with the left heel. Look beyond the right armpit to your heel. Step it forwards. High lunge, navel to spine, squeeze into the right thigh this time. Then hands onto the left leg. Stretch deeply so you're upright in the back. Torso upright, squeeze, 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 stretching into all of the hip ligaments and tendons. And then coming into a goddess pose. It's a lovely stretch. Reach down to the ankles. Push the knees back. Sway side to side. A little goddess. A little bit wider. A bit more ninja style, left to right. So just stretching out the legs. Hold on one side. And drop the bottom down a little bit more. Other side. And then into a deep yogi squat. Now, if you need to roll up your mat, or have something for your heels to land on, do a little roll up on the mat, that kind of helps. Just lifts the heels off the floor a little bit. So taking your deep yogi squat. So hold it here for another 5 deep breaths. Pushing the elbows into the inner knees. Sinking nice and deeply into your hips. Lift the hips up. Stretch. And sink down. Okay, hand roll the mat if you had it rolled up. Grab your blocks now because you're going to need them in a second. Okay, let's take a lunge position with the knee down. So low lunge, knee down. And then we're going to take a block under the front foot. Three more breaths. Sink a little lower into the hips. And then I can take another block. So there's 2 blocks at the front. So opening a little bit more. Staying on this side. Take the blocks away. Turn the foot out, taking it into a pretzel twist. Draw the foot in towards the glute. And then drive the hips a little bit further forward. Look over your right shoulder. 3 more breaths. Okay, let's take it over to the other side. So low crescent lunge, no block to start. Then 1 block. So really stretching deeply into this right hip flexor, the psoas. Add another block. Make sure it's secure. And then hips forwards a little bit more. Opening up a little bit more. Foot down onto the floor. Going to do a pretzel twist. Turn the foot out a little bit. So the outer blade of the left foot. Grab hold of the right foot with the left hand. Sink into that right hip. Draw the foot towards the buttock. And draw the hip down towards the floor. And slowly release. Let's take a pigeon. Right leg forwards. So on your fingertips. You can take the hands back a little bit further. And then reaching forwards, folding down into half dove. Relax the muscles of the shoulders, the neck, the throat, the face, the jaw. Pushing into the hands. Take a block under the hip, the right hip. Reach for the back foot. Draw it in. And release. Pigeon other side. We're starting upright. Fingertips a little bit further back. And then reaching forwards. Release down. Fully relax here. Two more breaths. Inhale to come up. Take a block to prop up the left buttock because we tend to want to drop to that side. Draw the right foot in towards the thigh. Sorry, right foot in towards the buttock. And pushing the right hip forwards. Release. See how we're doing for time. Okay, over to the wall. Take a little stretch the front of the thigh against the wall. So take your right foot up the wall and then stepping the left foot forwards and then coming up. A lovely stretch to the front of the leg. You can pad up the foot against the wall if it hurts, if your feet are bony. Draw the shoulders back. Another 5 breaths. And release down the other side. You can also pad up under your knee that's taking the weight on the floor if you don't have carpets. Ooh, this other side's way tighter. So 10 full breaths here. So push into the floor with your front leg. Shoulders go back towards the wall. Oh, that's a lovely stretch down the front quad. Into that hip flexor. 3 more breaths. And release down. Onto your backs. Baddha Konasana on the floor. Just drawing the feet together. Open the hips up. Cactus arms. Hips side to side. And then taking a block, keep the feet together. Push the long side of the block between the knees. Hands behind the head. Then we're going to rock the hips side to side. Pushing and squeezing into the block. And then the block on its short side, so a little bit closer together with the knees. Keep the feet together. And release. Hug the right knee in. Hold on to the foot. Straighten up the leg. A little quad stretch, a little hamstring stretch while we're here. Other side. Hug the knee in. Other side. Straighten the leg. Holding onto the ankle, the shin, calf, big toe, whatever you can grab. And release. Coming up to seated Gomukhasana, and then we're done. So right leg on top of left. Arms to the side. And then a little stretch to the side. Other side. Switch legs. One more each side. And then sitting in a wide-legged Larsana. Now if you can't sit on the heels, and take a block. So working the flesh away behind the knees. So moving the calves aside. Go a little lower. Leaning back. Gently onto the elbows. And of course, if you feel comfortable, you can go all the way down. So all the way down, if you can. 5 breaths. Deep breaths. Push into the elbows, scooch the elbows back. And there, where the elbows were, you can place the hands and then pushing yourself up. And then a wide-legged child's pose. So feet together, knees wide. Reaching forwards. This is like half puppy pose, half child's pose. And then separating the feet. Little frog. Feeling a deep breath. Slide the hips a little wider. Bring the feet together, push into the arms, into the hands. Draw the knees together. Child's pose. So legs together. Roll the shoulders forwards, relax the head down to the mat. And that's it, folks. That's our stretch for the legs, the hips, the psoas, the piriformis. Let's have a lovely Monday, and I'll see you here again probably tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.